First and foremost, I thank one Mr. Arnab who has taken care of me personally right from last evening. Okay. Really just overwhelmed with the hospitality shown. And if not from the management support, any institution cannot have a program like this. The visionary, the chairperson, founder chairman, Sri Swami Kannu, and the MD chairman, Mr. Sendil Kumar and Mrs. Nisha Sendil Kumar, and the principal, Dr. Akhila ma'am, and Dean R&D Kalaimati ma'am, and heads of the department whom I met, Professor Rahmatunnisa, Professor Kandavel, Professor Anandi ma'am, the senior faculty of the institution, and especially special thanks to Professor Anandi for giving an elaborated introduction about me. Overwhelmed, and it is also, as Archana ma'am was telling, that, sir, enjoy, they are telling about you. Like, okay, I'm really honored to chair the session along with a renowned and highly decorated profiled ma'am, Archana Prasad, Principal, M.O.P. Vaishnav College for Women, which has been a dream destination for most of the students aspiring for taking up course in commerce and management. Thank you, ma'am, for your presence, and all the dignitaries on and off the dais. Okay, the topic that they have chosen, of course, not only this institution, every university or an educational institution will be taking up the great points to get some good score in the NAC as well as in MBA, and also quite relevant for the students as well as for the faculty members. Right, one thing, it's about digital transformation. As myself and Dr. Archana and other faculty members, most of them belong to the same clan. I mean, not very tech savvy, but we are in this modern era, we have to. Please remember only one thing, if you are not updated, you are outdated. See, when you are dealing with the students of your age group, UG or PG, whatever it is, just in 5 to 10 minutes time, they will assess us whether this fellow has got the stuff to teach us or not. Unless and until you are updated with the latest technologies, the content and the cases, and the business and the market players and the leaders, you cannot handle the sessions, especially for the students of commerce and business management. So here the topic is about embracing digital transformation for sustainable business. Right? Please remember one thing in life, change is inevitable. What do you say, that matram ondre maradadu? Right? You have to face change. There is no point in fearing for the change. Rather get ready for the change, because if you fear that it's not going to leave you at all, somehow it will occupy and you will be obsessed by that. So there is no point in getting away like how you used to sit in the last row of the class and hide yourself. There is no point. It will come, touch and conquer each and every one of you, and you will be part of the change today or tomorrow. Okay, and it is whatever we are facing now as the technological advancements, please remember, it's just a trailer, a preamble. So the main picture is yet to come. Like Shahrukh used to say, picture abhi baki hai. So be careful with that. And it is not that we have to be frightened about, rather we have to welcome and enjoy the change. Now, there was a time once we think certain factors and activities as luxury. Those luxuries has become necessity now. In economic parlance, you can say the wants has become the needs, the necessity. Right? You cannot survive without that. And we should be very much equipped, and we should be creative, inventive, and innovative. See, these words are quite mistaken by most of the fraternities. Creative, inventive, and innovative. It's more or less the same. Creativity, the faculty members used to foster creativity in the minds of the students. Remember one thing, the students are by default good creators. The creativity is imbibed in you. Just a small example, when any of the student comes late to the class, you ask the student, what is the reason for late? The creativity flows. Arvi madari kottum. We cannot tell the points, but he will just come out with points. These, that, everything. See, I always deals with some of the uniform training forces, police officials on criminal psychology. Even I get stunned at times to identify the correct person, whether he is telling the truth or not. The reason why you are late for the class. Extremely prepared speakers cannot also deliver such a statement. They will. So the creativity is imbibed. So we have to fine-tune that in the right path. And also you should be inventive and innovative. What's the difference between an invention and innovation? Many get confused like that. When you just bring out something new, you can say that you have invented that. You have got the right. You can claim that through IPR and other things. You can very well say against the entire world that you have invented. But what is an innovation? Please remember, commercialization of what you have invented is innovation. So when you bring forth to the society that is something useful for the students or any other stakeholders, and that is approved by the market, by the customers, only then you can call it as an innovation. If not, it is an invention, but not commercially viable fact. Okay, I'll just tell you only one thing. It becomes the primary responsibility of any of the faculty member to inculcate the concept of these three in the minds of the students. How well we are playing an important role. I'll just narrate a small incident which has taken place a couple of years back, and you will understand the necessity and importance of the faculty and how they are supposed to foster the minds of the youngsters. There was a very renowned hospital in Chennai. I'm not naming the brand of hospital, but there the nurses are appointed on a probationary basis. It's a real-time story where we deal a lot of cases for the students of business and management. And that girl did not complete 1 year of service in the hospital. And luckily, based on her academic credentials, she was recommended by the institution. She was posted into theatre assistance, operation theatre assistance. So there, one of the patient has to undergo a major surgery, the stomach-related one, gastro, and that person has to be the relative of the hospital MD, the chief surgeon. So he himself was there in the theatre to attend that patient. At that time, this staff nurse was there. And her role is, since she is a probationer, not a much serious role is being provided to her. There is a statement, once they cut open the stomach, in order to avoid the blood piercing out inside while performing the operation, they will give the cotton balls. The cotton balls will be stuck by the sides so that stops the blood and performs the operation. Right? So she had given totally 16 cotton balls in order to perform the operation. And the very important role of her is, the surgeon should ask for the ball count. Once the operation is done, they have to remove all the cotton balls before they could suture it, to stitch it. Then the chief is there and he was asking, is the cotton ball counts okay? And 10, 12, 14, 15. She said that, no sir, it's only 15, you have to give one more. And he was looking here, there and all, nothing is there. And the chief of the hospital, and she is a probationary staff nurse. He was just staring at her, check it properly, asking the chief nurse, who is she and other things, ask her to check properly, all those type of things. Now you just perceive the situation, how it would have been. Just like that she would have told, yes sir, the ball count is okay. But she was very, very stubborn and in a polite way stating that, sir, I'm extremely sorry to say this, the ball count is not okay. You have given only 15, one more I should receive. Then he just got frustrated. Check it properly, like that. He was just away from the bed. There was a cotton ball, because of the blood, it got stuck in his apron. He just removed this and gave it to her. And he didn't tell any word. Now is the ball count okay? She said, well and fine, sir. 16 is to 16. Right? Then he finished the operation and went back. He didn't tell anything. He went to his chamber and then he called the nurse to his chamber. Come in. You being a probationer, not even a year completed in your service, what made you to be very firm? If anybody else would have been there, I being the chief of the hospital would have just surrendered herself, stating that out of fear or whatever the factor it is, done sir, like that. But you are very keen and as well as polite and confident without any nervousness, and what made you to be like this? For that, the nurse replied, Sir, it is my matron, okay, in her training institute, nurse staff training institute, one who takes care of the medical arrangements, told me that, please remember one thing, very clear and confident in your work, that inculcated in her mind, stating that if the operation is a failure or a success, it is an experience for the doctor. And the failure or success, it is a statistics for the hospital. But you think the patient, if he is the sole breadwinner of the entire family will face the disaster. So just keep in mind when you are doing the service of a nurse, only about the patient and not about the management, not about the profit, not about anybody else, and do your duty. And this has got in her mind, this is what I have done it, sir. Now I am in front of you, the chief of the hospital, just applauding my service. So that is the reason I'll tell you, fellow faculty members, and whatever we are inculcating, we should be 200% confident enough to give 100% to our students, right? So embrace the concept of creativity, invention and innovation in the minds of the students. So let us not fear, rather let us embrace and welcome change, and further details we will see in the sessions ahead. Thank you so much.
உலகத்தரமான கல்லூரி உங்கள் ஊரில் தெய்வானை அம்மாள் காலேஜ் ஃபார் விமென் அட்டானமஸ் விழுப்புரம். உங்கள் எதிர்காலம் உங்கள் கையில்.